Hey everybody, it's Jason and welcome to a Marvel United unboxing for an Etsy upgrade by MinisFromMars. We've done several videos with this creator before. I really love their stuff. We've gotten some miniatures for Senator Kelly, Rick Jones, and Betty to replace tokens. We've also got some of the miniature little characters to replace the skulls, the civilians, the thugs, plus some custom ones which are really cool too. And yeah, some really neat skulls to replace the things. We got some extra new stuff in here. So we got a couple of token upgrades, and we have a really special, cool thing that's going to show up at the end. You may have seen the picture on the cover. Or you may have guessed what it is. I'm going to kind of hide it a bit, because I want it to be a surprise. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and look at some upgrades here. There's his information. Minis from Mars. Definitely check out. It does stuff for other games as well, so you can check out that cool stuff. Always excited to see more stuff from them. Alright, so we're going to throw down some locations here. These are not what he gave us. We just wanted to have some locations to kind of show off how some of this stuff works. So the first one we want to look at is, again, not part of the actual their stuff, but we have the Wrecking Crew. Everyone loves the old Wrecking Crew. Wrecker, Bulldozer, Pile Driver, Thunderbolt. And we have all their little miniatures here. And we have our crowbar. So this is our 3D token, which we already had from the Kickstarter upgrades. But what we are getting from this creator is instead, let me actually throw this on my stand here, we are getting a little 3D crowbar. So this is really cool. Let me see if I can move that out of the way, see if it'll focus a little bit better. Nope, got too much stuff in there. Alright. There we go. Yes, we're gonna get this little 3D crowbar. No, it doesn't want to focus. There we go. You just stick it out of the ground. This is kind of neat. So you have this so it can move around the board and everything. I just kind of threw that out there. We are also getting as an additional thing, just extra crowbar. So it's basically the same size, it's just extra long. So if you just wanted the crowbar laying on the table like you have the other one, you can do that, or you can have this little miniature that stands up. I love the stand-upable miniature. I think it looks really cool. So we're going to zoom back out, look at our board. And then if we actually grab our rules here, just a reminder how this works is, when Wrecker moves, the crowbar token goes along with him. When Wrecker is defeated, the crowbar stays in location and no longer moves. When a hero's tailored abilities don't activate. And then various stuff will happen when they have the crowbar. So this just places crowbar on the same thing as Wrecker. And then they get different abilities and different things based on the cards if that crowbar's there. So we have the Wrecker right here. So instead of having this little token, whether you have the cardboard one or the plastic one, which, okay, I gotta move Wrecker over here now. You gotta slide this off, pick it up. It's doable, but it's kind of a pain for how much you might have to move it. This is gonna make that so much more fantastic, right? Oh, I gotta move Wrecker here. I just pick this up and slide it over. Again, you even have the 3D one there, which is, look, that's so much easier to pick up than this token. Like this token, I either gotta kind of try to grip my fingers on it or I gotta slide it off the board. Yeah, that's even pretty easy to pick up. You just want your crowbar, or you got this cool little miniature standee. We can then paint as well. Probably a chromish color. Be really neat. So that's our first little miniature. We have the two little crowbars. You can even go slide this into him if you wanted to do it that way. Every time he moves around, it just goes with him. So it's kind of a neat extra way to do that, if you wanted to. Alright, so that's our first one. Just the Wrecking Crew. I love the little extra bonus. Is it something you needed to have? Absolutely not. Is it going to be used a ton like the other civilians and thug tokens are? Nope. But it is still pretty awesome. So up next, we have the Lizard. The Lizard had sewers, which go in between locations, as per the rules here. So it says, place one sewer between each location. Lizard starts on the first sewer, so he starts here, and he goes clockwise around the board. There's other rules here are, when moving the Lizard in another location, he only moves on sewer tokens, so he's just going to bounce around between the different sewers on the map, which will be like in between them. So you can have like that, or however you want to have them. They don't move around at all, so it's fine to have them like that, but that's still pretty cool. So here's we have all 3 missions been completed where they're both locations adjacent to sewers. So it definitely plays around there. Deal damage adjacent to sewers. So it's kind of neat to have them. They look really cool as tokens. We got 3D sewer covers, manhole covers, and we got 6 of them, one for in between each location. So they're actually going to say sewer on them. Just in case you didn't know what that actually was. Even on the other side, little extra design on the back side. You didn't have to do that. Could just have it been flat. Yeah, so really neat. So instead, you replace those with these, and then he has actually like sewer tokens, which are the same size as him, which look just as cool. Again, they're not going to move around the board, but another nice thing about them, although they are going to be a little bit thicker and take up more room, that way is that they're physically this way, they're not going to take as much room. So if you have to find somewhere to store them, yes, they're going to stack up and take up a lot more room this direction than these will. Obviously, it's like 3 of them are about the size of 2, so all 6 of these will take up about 4. But stacking them this way is something that's going to be a lot easier because they're round, they can fit in tokens, you set them down this direction versus have these big oblong ones. Really cool. And why paint them? I haven't decided how I'm going to paint mine yet. If I'm going to just paint them all as silver, or I thought it'd be kind of neat was paint them with some different colors, maybe some patterns, see if I could try and feel like, if you ever seen Japanese sewer covers, they have like artwork of like Pokemon and stuff like that. So it'd be kind of neat if you even painted some of them. Like, obviously, like, it's Marvel Universe, so maybe paint one that has like a Spider-Man logo, one that has a Captain America logo. That'd be kind of a neat idea. Some might even order more to do that. Just have some different ones painted together around the board. Oh, this one has an X-Men token. This X symbol. This says Fantastic Four. Like, someone put a Magneto with, like, it should be bigger how to, like, make it look like spray paint. Like, Magneto was right. It'd be kind of neat to have a bunch of different things like that. It'd be kind of cool. Just as opposed to just generic sewer tokens. Yeah, so those are those. You can get 6 of those. There was also one time, and I don't know if he just discontinued those or not, but they had stands where they actually stood in, and then you could take the sewer cover off and put Lizard in them. But I didn't get them when I ordered these, so it might have been something you just stopped doing. Maybe it was too much, or not enough people were ordering them, or I just didn't get them when I ordered, which is fine. If they still exist, if I order another set, I'll definitely try and pick them up and show them off. Alright, our third one is we have Superior Spider-Man. What is Superior Spider-Man? I have a painted miniature for him. Not the best painter in the world, but it definitely, I think, looks better than, just the plain reds or blues. Actually, he'd be purple because he's an anti-hero. But we have Spider-Bots. So he has various stuff. He says, place 1 Spider-Bot token in both locations, wherever he is. Both locations to location in the villain's starting pool. He has some other effects that do stuff with them. Here's 10 remove Spider-Bot tokens per location by spending heroic or attack. Rescue 1 civilian, defeat each Spider-Bot. If there are no Spider-Bots in location, add 1 there. So he's going to do stuff where he has Spider-Bots doing stuff. His 1 card is also going to, one of his cards does have as Spider-Bot to his location, and the opposite. If there are no, then deal 1 damage in each location with Spider-Bots. So again, really cool to have little Spider-Bot miniature or little tokens on the field. They look really cool, especially the tokens. I think the tokens, 3D, acrylic tokens pop really well. Yeah, so they're definitely neat to have. You have them on the board, you're going to do various stuff. Also, if you're playing as the hero version, he also has Spider-Bot decoys. So as long as this card space up here starting, on your turn you may add 1 Spider-Bot token to your location. Once per villain turn you may discard 1 Spider-Bot to ignore damage. So you get using for both hero and villain side. So what do we get for our miniatures? We get little baby spiders. And we get 6 of them, of course, 1 for each token. Kind of hold these up on there. It's not going to really snap into there. But yeah, we have little spider tokens, which look really neat. Kind of have a little face on there. Has all the little joints. All that really cool stuff. So yeah, then you have these little miniature 3D spider tokens running around the board, so wherever spider goes, regardless if you're playing them as a hero or a villain, you're going to have these. And if they get painted, they're going to look really cool. And this could, again, be something crazy to do. You always order more and maybe paint some in, like, different colors if you wanted to. Like, this is obviously a Spider-Man color. You can maybe paint them like Superior Spider-Man. Paint, like, one black or paint one different color. Maybe have, like, a set that looks like these. Then have a set that's, like, represent different spiders. So, like, Ghost Spider-Gwen would be, like, have, like, a white and pink one. Have, like, a black and red one for Miles. Some different stuff like that. Be kind of interesting to do. Have, like, a different shade of, like, a light blue one for, like, Scarlet Spider's, vest. Scarlet Spider. Those are really cool as well. So those are our 4 different things. The sewers, the spiders, 3 things, and the crowbars. So our 3 different upgrades that we have got, to go with this, from MinisFromMars. Alright, then we have a really, really cool, exciting new thing that came out, and this is 100% original, so I'm definitely going to recommend you check these out. We have, let me slide this guy over here, we have Santa Claus. So this is really fun. So he made a Santa Claus miniature that looks like the, United style. So here we'll take a look at old St. Nicholas. So he's holding a present. It's a really cool miniature in general, but it's also the fact that it does fit the style. You can use this for other miniature games as well if you have a Santa you want to add in there. So that's just a digital list. That's pretty fun too. What the Santa is he's technically a villain in this set. So we are getting a dashboard for him. So this Santa Claus dashboard. Let me adjust my camera so you guys can see what the heck I'm talking about. So we're getting a special dashboard for him. Again, this is all created by the Etsy creator. We are also getting a full deck of cards with some extra rules. And there are some tokens as well. So we're getting a handful of tokens. We'll look at these a little bit more in just a moment. This is kind of fun. Now, I would also be neat if he is an anti-hero and he made a hero deck for him as well. Maybe that's something he'll do in the future. But for now, we have a villain deck. But he works as a different type of villain. So let's take a look at what Santa Claus does. He says, special, replace the rest of civilians and defeat Thug's mission with the Deliver Package mission. Set the Christmas Grump threat aside. Place Mutant Reindeer threat in the villain's starting location. So we have our regular deck, our threat cards. We have these Deliver Packages cards, which we'll look at in just a moment here. But what we have here is, before we jump into that, what he all does, we have this. Overview and components. So, ho ho no, it's Christmas Eve and this year Santa's gone digital, using a newfangled app to keep track of who's been naughty and nice. It's not going well. The list is all wrong, but Santa's already left the North Pole to deliver presents. It's going to take some holly jolly teamwork to ensure everyone gets what they deserve for Christmas. Deliver the presents and coal, but stay out of Santa's way. So he's kind of a villain, but he's also kind of like, you're doing a mission around him. So the components that we're going to get are 26 cards, 7 threat cards, 2 mission cards, 12 master plan cards, 2 sets of 2 rules supplement cards, 1 overview and components card, villain dashboard, Santa Claus mention, 40 packages, 18 blue presents, 18 coal, and 4 hero presents. Note, if you run out of package tokens, use a substitute. They're not meant to be limited resource. Santa's elves can always find more. So they only made so many, so for some reason they never run out. Now you use something else, use other tokens, whatever. Alright, so then what we want to look at are, so we have these other cards, so just 2 copies of each. So they're just kind of letting you know what to do with some of this stuff, but there's the same card on each one just to help figure out what you're doing. So let's look at what Santa does, and then we'll look at some of those cards. So Santa has no health over there because it says heroes cannot damage Santa. When a hero is KO'd, Santa doesn't activate his BAM. Instead, draw a Master Plan at face down to the storyline. Add packages. Some Master Plan cards will indicate a number of blue packages or coal to add to Santa's location and those adjacent to it. BAM! Heroes in Santa's location must drop their coal and presents, if any, and are moved to the opposite location. Overflow. Turn one civilian into a thug. Though in the location opposite to the overflow location. If no civilians were there, accelerate the next civilian's turn by 1. Heroic goal. The heroes win as soon as they fill all the slots on the deliver packages missions marked with the number of heroes. Cool. So let's take a look at that. So we have 2 of these. We have a green one here, which says deliver packages A, which has some coal and has a grump picture on it. And we have a red one, which says deliver packages B, which has a bunch of coal. And then depending if you have 2, 3, or 4 players, you have an extra one to do. So then we have some supplement cards. Let's read through these before that. So we have packages. Packages are tokens represented by coal, blue presents, or hero presents, which are yellow. Heroes may spend a heroic action to pick up a package in their location. Packages in a hero's possession are kept near their hero's deck. There is no limit to the number of packages a hero can have. Heroes may drop packages in their possession for free at any time during their turn. When a hero drops a package, it is moved to the current location. There is no limit on package a location can have. Heroes do not drop packages when KO. Heroes may not trade packages. So basically, just pick them up, whatever. Cost free to pick them up. Or sorry, costs a heroic action to pick them up, but you can drop them for free. Heroes may target packages when spending attack actions. If a blue or yellow present takes damage, replaced with a coal. If a coal takes damage, return it to the pool. Hero presents. Hero presents, like regular presents, can be used to deliver package missions. In addition, they offer the following benefits. Heroes cannot be forced to drop the yellow ones. During a turn, hero in possession of a yellow may return it to the pool and take a generic equipment card of their choice. So it's kind of neat. It ties in with the Series 3 stuff where you get generic equipment. What if you don't have the equipment? You haven't bought, you picked this up and you don't have the Marvel United multiverse set, and you don't have any generic equipment. If you have any equipment, and you picked up one of the other sets, I'd say, hey, maybe let someone just use that. It may or may not work for you. Or if that doesn't work, I would say bare minimum, grab a token. Maybe grab a wild token. I'd say that's probably the closest equivalent because it does anything. Might be too powerful, might not be. So pretty cool. You don't have a second card, which just has the same stuff. That's just so you can have 2 people have them. Then we have this green one. So how you deliver packages. There are 2 delivery package missions labeled A and B. Players must complete A before beginning B. The mission card slots must be filled row by row. Start at the top left slot. Once all our slots on A are filled, move it from the game and return it to the pool. Okay, so cool. So if we go back and we look at our slots here, so you have to fill up all of A. You have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Activate that when we get that. 10, 11, 12. Then when those are all complete, you can do B. And then you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then if you have 2 players, you're done. If you have 3 players, you have to do 3 more. 4 players, you have to do 3 more. So cool. Makes sense. The Christmas Grump. The first time the slot marked with the Grump on the delivery package makes this build, place the Christmas Grump threat in the first clockwise location with all threats starting on Santa's location. If no threats have been cleared from the group, he will not be placed as damaged. So if you can somehow get that before you clear threats, he won't appear. But on the other hand, that means you're delaying, you're dealing with all the other threats and the hope not to deal with him. So very interesting. And if we flip this one over, delivering package. At the end of each hero's turn, check the package in each location is fully populated. Hero and building slots. If there's 1 present for each civilian and 1 coal for each thug, no more, no less. Move all packages in that location to the delivery package mission and return all civilian thugs in that location to the pool. Packages in a hero's possession are not considered to be in a location. Heroes are not considered to be in the location being checked, are not required to be in a location being checked, and locations are not checked on a villain's turn. So at the end of each turn, check the package in each location that is fully populated. If there is one match in each one, move all packages. Okay, so you have to drop coal off for the thugs, presents off for the civilians. Cool. Makes sense. Pretty easy to understand. Did I miss how we drop them? There are 2 delivery packages. Must be filled. Oh, we can just drop them for free. Spend heroic action to pick them up at their location. And they can have any number of packages at a location. And then there's no limit number of packages a location can have. So when you get to a thing, you just drop it for free. Cool. Yes, very simple. So basically you're picking stuff up, but you might need to like pick up a blue one, move it over a space, and drop that there, move a coal somewhere else. So you kind of gotta manage where the stuff is. But you also don't want it to overflow. Otherwise, you're going to start doing extra damage. So that's pretty cool. Alright, then let's look at our master plan cards for Santa Claus. Alright, so he has Better Watch Out. He moves 1 space. There he's going to drop Thug Civilian, and he's going to drop some presents and coals. Turn all thugs into civilians. The next 2 clockwise locations. So that's going to mess with whatever is there. So you're still going to have thugs and civilians going onto the spots, but then you're going to have to deliver presents to each of them guys, is what it needs you to do. It's not delivering it to the slots on the board, it's for everyone that's on that location. Santa Claus. It says, 1, bam, coming to your town. Accelerate the civilian turn by 1 if not already accelerated. Naughty or nice. Move 0. Each hero receives 1 yellow present except for 1 hero who receives a coal. Checking it twice. Turn each blue present in each hero's possession into a coal. Moves 2. Moves 0. Moves 0 and bams. Moves 1 bams. Moves 0 and bams. 1 bam. 2 bam. And 1 bam. Very cool. And if we didn't look at the back of his card that much, definitely a cool picture. Alright, then we have our threat cards. We'll hit the back of those. So it does say we start with the Christmas Grump out of play. He comes in later. Deal 2 damage to 1 hero in this location. If there are no heroes here, discard 1 package, if any, from the delivered package mission. So basically, if you don't take care of him, he's gonna start dealing damage to you, or he's gonna start getting rid of all your missions. And the Mutant Reindeer starts on Santa's location. Bam. Deals 2 damage to each hero in the next clockwise location, and 1 damage to each hero in the location after that. Oh, nice. So it kind of shoots forward. I love this little guy. Wayward Rapperbot. Bam. Adds 1 blue present to this location. Heroes using the move to leave this location must drop their presents or coal here if they have any. Then we have Elf Swarm. Heroes starting their turn to this location cannot perform attack actions. Still spend them, you just can't attack anybody. 1 Foggy Christmas Eve. Santa Claus and all non-KO'd heroes are in this location at the start of the turn. Clear this threat. Otherwise, heroes starting at their turn at this location must play their hero cards here randomly. Let it snow. Heroes using move must leave this location, must use double move instead. And then we have Reindeer Gang. Bam! Each hero's location must drop 1 blue present if they have any, and then take 1 damage. End of turn, remove all action tokens from this threat. So yeah, you have to defeat this in 1 turn. So that's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's very interesting. The only thing I'm confused on is, why am I defeating thugs? I guess you want to defeat thugs to keep them from overflowing, or rescue civilians. You can still do that to keep them from overflowing. Then you gotta drop presents on there. yeah, you gotta deliver all the presents. So if you have less, oh, it's interesting though, because this is why I'm confused on this. I get you want to do it so stuff doesn't overflow, and then you have to try and deliver packages at the same time. It says, end of the hero's turn, check the location is fully populated. All slots are full. So basically what you gotta do is keep defeating guys unless you can get to that location. Basically it's like, oh, if I can drop off the right number of presents, I will do so. Otherwise, I need you to rescue a guy or defeat a guy to keep that. But you can keep dropping off presents in other locations. So like you could have, for example here, I could be at Fisk's Tower. I could drop off like 2 blue presents and 2 coal, right? And then as soon as it's filled up, boom, it's gonna activate. But I gotta make sure it doesn't overactivate. Is the whole thing you want to do, and then it'll deliver. So that's I was trying to figure out why you were doing that stuff. All right, then the last thing we have to look at are, let's see if I can get these to zoom down low enough. Is we have our presents. So we have little clear presents to represent them. So we have some blue ones. So we have, I haven't counted any of these up yet. So we have, it looks like 6 square blue ones. We have 6 tall blue ones. Back these up just a little bit more. Nice use of this cool clear plastic that they have. And then we got 4 round ones. So that's kind of fun as well. So we have them go work for all different presents. Now, again, this is one of the things we could have easily made, easily have made tokens for this. And it would have worked just as well. But they didn't. And then for the yellow ones, we have 4 different ones. We have a square, kind of an oblong, a tall one, and a circular one. So yeah, we didn't get any of these that matched the clear ones. But still pretty cool. Got 4 of those, so like 1 for each character, basically. And then we have a pile of coal, which there is all the coal up there. And those will work as the different miniatures, or for the coal to be represented. So yeah, it's really cool. It's a really neat mechanic. Really cool idea for a game. To be able to get an extra created character. And again, it's not using an IP character or anything, so you can definitely do it. And I think it's going to be an interesting, solid mode. I just got this, so I haven't played it yet. But it does definitely look like fun. I like the idea, too, of also like having kind of like missions that aren't like just defeat the boss. Like you have to do something else. It's kind of like micromanaging different tokens. There's some other bosses that play like that too. Again, it would have been cool to have him as a hero as well. That would have been really neat. Alright, so the very last thing I want to show off before I end the video is an extra little bonus that I didn't even know I was getting. Which I always like bonuses. So, we've had the little thugs and civilians before. And a little clear plastic, so he's made these before. I'm going to see if I can tilt these up a little bit better. So we have one that's a thug with a crowbar. And then we have one that's the reporter. It's Betty Brant, but it could be any type of reporter or scientist or whatever. But just instead of just the generic plain ones that we've had in the previous videos, we have some little themed ones which are really cool. He has his little mask on and stuff. And then to go with them, we got 2 more civilians. We got a little Santa Claus and a Mrs. Claus who's holding a little roasted turkey. It's kind of hard to see that exactly, but yeah. So you just replace your civilian and thug tokens on the board. They're really cool. So if you want to add them into the missions, that is really fun. Alright, that's what we have. If we get more stuff, we will definitely come back to another video. So it's Minis from Mars. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit me up in the comments. Check out their page, see if there's anything you'd like to get. See you guys later. Bye.